Hi, welcome to COM 2026. We are going to continue on the topic decision. Today we're going to talk about the keyword switch. So if you have a bunch of conditions and branches that depends on one single variable, switch can help you do the job. And what does the switch do? So basically what switch will do is depends on the values of the variable that we can make different decisions based on that. It works like the random machine in the diagram. If the coins has different size, it will just simply roll to the corresponding hole and execute the code corresponding. That with switch, we can avoid a bunch of cascade or nested if. Now, going through the example that we're going to see later, you can see why we would like to use switch in our programming language. So what switch will do in terms of a flowchart, we will make the decisions on the value of the variable. We call that a selector. If the values of the selector equals to value 1, it goes to this branch. If the value of the selector is n, value n, it goes to this branch, etc. If it match with none of the choice, it go to the default branch. Okay, and at the end, every branch will end and continue on the remaining code. The syntax of a switch statement works in this way. Switch, and then we have a parenthesis of your variable, or we call the selector, or the expression. What does that mean by expression? Well, it could be the addition of two variables. Let's say you sum two variables together, or maybe you want to determine whether this chop is what character it is, etc. This expression could be an integer or combinations of numbers that forms an integer, a character, or a string. Depends on different values, different cases we say that will execute different things. Each of the case we will have the case and the values of that case. For instance, if the expressions is evaluate as the number 1, we say case 1 colon. And the things that to be executed, the statement to be executed will be followed by this colon. And then we have a break. This break will basically terminate the code that we have executed in this case. Okay. At this moment, just remember to add break after each of the cases. Okay. Now let's take a look of this example. We have rank to be an integer. And assume during the program we have entered the values into rank, or this rank has been calculated based on certain things, and eventually we have the values of rank. We say switch rank, okay, and case 1 of if the value of rank is 1, that means, okay, what we're going to do is to print out gold medal and break. And if rank equals to 2, we basically say silver medal. If rank equals to 3, we will say bronze medal, etc. Okay? Now, if none of these is true, let's say rank equals to 4 or 100, now what we're going to do is go to this default branch and say, thank you for participation. The other example with string, so let's say we say the language equals to Cantonese, then we will say 早晨師兄. If the case is English, we will say this morning, and Japanese will Ohio, etc., etc. Okay. Now you can see I've aligned the colon vertically, but this is not necessary. It looks better, but it's not necessary. So the break statement that we have just introduced tells you that we will break the code um, in that case. So what this break will do is it jumps to the end of the switch statement. Break statement can only appear in the switch statement or in a loop. Okay, so we see switch, gray, and A, and then we say well done and break. After this break, it just go to this exit point. Similarly, if we are in case B, after this break, it will reach to this exit point. Okay. Now, if we don't have a break, what will happen if we don't have this break? So what will happen is the program will keep continuing to other cases. Now, take a look of this example. We don't have any break here, which could be a problem. Switch gray. Okay, if gray equals to A, what will happen is it will first go through this one. Well done. And then it will not go to the exit point, but it will keep going on the second line, system.out.println. Good job. So we have good job here, and then we have you can do better, and contact your immediate TA immediately as this one. Okay. If the grade equals to B, what will happen is it will first print good job, and then you can do better, and then you will say contact your TA immediately. Because there was no break, so it's basically what it's going to do is to continue on the code. All right. Now there are several mistakes that people may have in using switch statement. First of all, in switch statement, we can't put the selector as a double. Okay, double cannot be a selector. So basically, this does not work. Secondly, we can't put multiple um, values in one case. So for instance, if you want to say grade A, B, C is passed, okay, F is not passed, this is not a correct way to do this. Cases cannot be separated by commas until Java 13. Now, but the syntax for different cases with different commas will not be exactly like this one. For this course come 2026, as today, we're not going to accept your code containing a comma in cases. Okay? The correct way to do it, to express this logic, for case A, B, C, we say a pass, we can do it this way. Case A, case B, and case C. Okay, all of them will have a case and a colon, and then it could represent logic. So today we have talked about the switch statement and how we use break in our switch statement. I hope you understand the content, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.